Hi internet, so I've got another book review for you. That's why it's on a book review channel, and I'm going to be reviewing A Child Named Called It by David Pelzer. This is a true story written by David about what happened to him in childhood. I both love and hate that this book exists. It's one of those books where I recommend you read it and you're gonna cry. Just no way around it. You're gonna feel sorry for humanity, you're gonna lose faith in humanity for a bit, but it all works out in the end. It is a trilogy. I think I've only read A Child Called It. I haven't read Lost Boy or A Man Named Dave. I may have read Lost Boy, I don't remember. So what this book is really about is David growing up with his mother, his two siblings after his father had left, and a little bit while his father was there. It's really heavy and it would be a trigger for some people, so if you are worried about triggers relating to child abuse or just abuse of any stage, don't read it. Just do yourself a favour. Otherwise read it. It's really like eye-opening and amazing and terrible. I hated reading it, but I loved reading it. So in this book you follow David as he's growing up, and he is the middle child who is also the most favoured by his father, and eventually the mother starts mistreating him, like beating, starvation, really child labour, and it's just torture. It's not good. It made me lose faith in people and wonder how could someone do that. And it was really interesting look too, because although Dave was harmed, his siblings weren't, and it does come to a good ending, I do admit, but still it's kind of soul crushing. But it's one of those books that I know you have to read it because it's just so eye-opening, and it's a double-edged sword that you have to read it because it's so good and eye-opening and shows you shit, but it's brutal. Coming from someone who was never abused as well, I think it's a real eye-opener, because I've had nothing but like love for my parents and opposite, but it's so well written and it immerses you in the story and really pulls you in, and that's a good thing and a bad thing. But yeah, I just recommend that you do pick up the book. I hear Lost Boy and A Man Named Dave are a lot better, because they're not so soul crushing, and I will pick them up one day. I just have to get around to it really. I'll probably reread A Child Called It one day, but I will be depressed a week. I know my mother read it as well and she loved it too, so. And I've heard other people who have read it. I even had a close friend read it back in high school who said the same thing. It's awesome, it needs to be out in the world, but it is soul crushing and terrible and beautiful and so many mixed emotions. I hope you guys are having a lovely week. In relation with this book, remember, life will always get better, even if it seems like it is the worst shit ever. Just, yeah, keep living life and having as lovely a time as possible. Anyway, bye.